Hi, today you're going to be focusing on choosing a prompt to answer in your literary argument research paper. Once you've chosen a prompt, you're going to break down the task within the prompt and turn them into questions that you can answer. This is going to help you compose a clear and concise thesis statement, as well as maintain a line of reasoning throughout your paper. Now, this video, I'm going to show you a pre-writing strategy that you can use in the form of a word web. So I'm going to use your first prompt, number 1. So let's read it. Many works of literature contain a character who intentionally deceives others. The character's dishonesty may be intended to either help or hurt. Such a character, for example, may choose to mislead others for personal safety, to spare someone's feelings, or to carry out a crime. Either from your own reading or from the list below, choose a work of fiction in which a character deceives others. Then, in a well-written essay, analyze how the motives for that character's deception contributes to an interpretation of the work as a whole. Do not merely summarize the plot. Now, in the word web that I'm going to show you, I want us to focus on breaking down this prompt into 2 parts. So the first part is going to be our context. This is to get us thinking about what text and what character reminds us of these descriptions. So the second part is going to be our task, in which we analyze how the motives for that character's deceptions contributes to the interpretation of the work as a whole, which is going to refer to a theme. So with these 2 sort of big ideas in mind, I want to show you the example that I used for this prompt, and I chose the play of Macbeth. So right here in the middle, I chose my main character. The person I thought about that came to mind in terms of deceiving other characters was the main character, Macbeth. Now, if you'll look where my arrows go, I'm going to sort of answer and ask questions in order to get all of my ideas down on paper before I try to draft a thesis statement. So my first question is going to be, who does Macbeth deceive? Technically, if you've read the play, he literally deceives everyone, eventually even his own wife. If you look at the right side, we want to think about the reasons for his deception. There's many reasons. The main one is he does want to become king. He wants control and power. He wants to be worshipped. And yet he also seeks redemption for guilt and remorse that he does feel for committing murder in order to get where he is. So if you move over to the left, some thematic ideas that we want to think about is the idea of ambition, appearance versus reality, the idea of fate, and of course, good versus evil. So in the second part of our prompt, the task asked, how do his motives contribute to the interpretation of the work as a whole? So if we're thinking about these ideas, these thematic ideas, and these motives, we can put together some thoughts that actually can start to piece together a thesis statement. So his ambition takes him to a dark place. His desire to be admired and then feared outweighs his conscience. And also when he feels guilt, he actually masks it with more deception in order to cover it up. So all of these are great places to start in terms of drafting a thesis. So my advice is to go through all 4 prompts and at least break down a couple of them, just so you have some options and you can decide which one you can more thoroughly research and respond to in an essay.